Hi guys, Derek here for the Good Old Boys Fantasy Football Podcast. We have a great video for you. Be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons. Enjoy. So, guys, looking at it, we've got a team to still break down this week, and it is time for the Detroit Lions. They finished at 3-12-1 this past year. The head coach, Matt Patricia, the offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevell, and Corey Undlin just becoming their defensive coordinator. They had a 58% pass, 42% run mix this past year. T.J. Hockenson, tight end 31 on the year, had some injury issues the last 4 games. 32 catches, 59 targets, only saw a 10% target share, 367 yards on the year with 2 touchdowns. They've got him ranked at position 11 overall, 121. So the question is round, and is he a top 12 tight end next year?
Yes, he's a top 12 tight end. I think you'll be able to pick him up somewhere in the, I'm going to say 13th round. Tight ends towards that lower end. If you're waiting on a tight end, typically you're willing to wait pretty late. So I'll say round 13, but I do think he has some upside. Tight end is the hardest position for these young players coming into the NFL to kind of adapt as far as the blocking and passing schemes that they have to be in. But Hockenson did flash enough and show me that he does have the playmaking ability to absolutely get inside the top 12 for tight ends.
I will respectfully disagree with you, Kevin. I think he's a top 20 tight end at best. Again, I think it all depends on Stafford, which, I know all of this does, but to me, his target share wasn't enough for me to be comfortable with what he does out of the tight end spot. He is top 15 in terms of target share out of tight ends. Just below 5 per game, but I don't think he does enough for me. So I'm going to keep him outside of the top 15. And to me, outside of the top 15 for a tight end, I mean, that to me is a very, very late draft pick, somebody that's on your bench for the majority of the season as a backup. So I would say 12. Round 12, if you're there. I mean, you probably have a 12 person or a 10 spot roster. So he's after you've got your starters filled.
Okay. So I think that he finishes just outside of the top 12. I think he's probably going to be in that 13, 14 spot myself. But I've got him going in about the 11th round to it. So looking at Matthew Stafford, finished QB 29 on the year. They've got him ranked position 15 overall, 133. And in a injury-shortened season, he had 187 completions, 291 attempts, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 64% completion rating for about 2,500 yards. Guys, what were your thoughts on Matt Stafford? Will he be a top 12 QB? And what round do you think he'll be in?
You just had to put that number up there, 12.
Is he QB1 or not?
12's.
Yes.
I'm going to say just outside because of his lack of running ability. And in the league right now, where you're having these guys come in with some legs, it's going to be difficult. You're going to see, yeah, I'm going to say just outside. And Matt I think Matt Stafford's a good quarterback, guys. He's been on some atrocious Lions teams. He's battled through injuries for him. His interceptions were down this past season while he was healthy, so that's a good sign, right? His efficiency's going up. He's not the gunslinger that he was his first 6-7 years of his career. So I do think that there is a role for him. I'm going to say by the time the season is done and over with, he will be just outside of the top 12, though. Round wise, let's go round 11.
Okay, so he played minimal games this year. Do we know how many games he played this year? Do you have that
8.
information right offhand?
Played half the year.
Played half the year. Okay. Average. He averaged second in the league in terms of pass yards per game this year, as an average. Now, he didn't have the numbers in terms of, attempts and completions and whatnot, but average pass yards per game, he was second in the league this last year, behind only Jameis Winston, who was a fantasy godsend this year. I mean, honestly, he was something else. He was the curve wrecker, Jameis Winston, this year. But I like Matt Stafford to be a top 12 quarterback. I think he's a starting quarterback on your fantasy roster. I think you can count on him to get you numbers. I think he knows how to distribute the football. I think he knows how to run an offense efficiently. And I think that Lions defense is going to be garbage. So you're going to get a lot of passing attempts out of Matt Stafford.
What round did you have him going in, Alex?
I would say as quarterbacks go, he's...
Can I change mine? I said 11. Can I change mine? Well, seriously, can I change mine up to?
Yeah.
I think I'm around too late. I'd like to think in 10th. I'd like to change mine up one.
And I think I'm right there with you. I'm in that 10 range too. I like that.
So I had 10 as well, and I think he's going to finish QB 12, so right at the cutoff there. So I've got him 10th round, yes, top 12 myself. So, guys, that's going to wrap up the Detroit Lions and all of their magnificent. We'll see what they can do fantasy-wise this coming year and see how close we got with some of our rankings there as the season progresses. But, guys...
Alrighty, guys, that'll do it for the Good Old Boys Fantasy Football Podcast. That'll wrap up another episode. Thank you for joining us. Make sure that you are following us on the Twitter at Good Old Boys FF. You can also find us on YouTube with the Good Old Boys Fantasy Football channel. Facebook, we are at Good Old Boys FF. If you haven't done so, be sure to click the like and subscribe button. We'd also love for you to hit the rating and subscribe button to wherever you're listening to this podcast now. For Kevin and Alex, I'm Derek.